to the 2021 Football Awards Banquet. This is a first for everybody, and it's something I really was hoping we would not have to do, but I don't see how we can do it any other way. We kind of waited to see what we could do, see if there's anything that would clear out, if we could be able to get people together, but it just doesn't look like that's going to be able to happen. So we're going to put together a virtual awards program, and I will be getting the awards out to students at school and seniors. I will make sure I get everything out to them also and get them in, and I'll also be sending senior parents an email to express our gratitude for the last 4 years and everything you've done. I'd like to thank everybody for their patience and getting through what was not an easy season, not because of player attitude, not because of issues that way at all. In fact, our players and everybody were great. Our parents were great. This was a tough situation, and going to practice every day and not knowing who you were going to have or not have there, who was going to be pulled from practice, who wasn't even going to make it out to the practice field because of quarantining and all those issues. I thought our kids handled it really well. It did affect and impact some of our lower level games. We weren't able to play all of our lower level games because of a lack of numbers, because a number of kids quarantined from time to time, and made for a tough season for that group of kids because it wasn't a real consistent schedule, and it was a difficult practice schedule also because you never knew who you were going to have at practice. But we made it through it, and if it doesn't kill you, it makes you stronger, and I think we will grow from this, and this will be something we can learn from and build off of. So we ended up our season 3-4. We did not find a game the first week of the season, which would have been a non-conference game for us, our crossover game with Viroqua. The first week of the season was going to be just about impossible to find someone else to play, so we ended up playing a 6-game regular season, whereas everybody else got to play 7. And then we got a playoff game with Ellsworth, and that's how we ended up with 7 games. As I said, we went 3-4. It was an enjoyable year. It was a fun year. We had a lot of ups and downs. We had a huge come from behind win with Osceola. We got off to a great start against Amory, and played some good, solid football, and really enjoyed the kids we worked with. And you always wish, I wish we could have won this one. I wish we could have done this, and sometimes that's just where you end up. But with that said, and like I said, with our lower level games, we didn't get a lot of JV games. C-team games are kind of hit and miss also, and hopefully next year that stuff will level off and we will not have those issues. As far as awards, we break it into a couple different categories. There will be participation awards. These are for people that did not meet the letter requirements, but were at practice, completed the season, turned their equipment in, and did everything they should have done. And we'll get those up first. First of all, sophomore Grant Mansky. Grant had a good season for us. Grant's a big kid. We got to get him in the weight room and continue working. He has a chance to be a very good player for us. Caden McLean, also a sophomore, another person that has potential. He's just got to get in and keep working. And then Josh Richard, kind of the same scenario. Josh was in and out a lot with injuries. Josh is growing a lot. He's a guy that's got to get stronger, and he could have an impact for us. Those are all sophomores that will receive that award. The rest will be freshmen. The next person, Julius Cook. Julius had a great season for us. Julius, one of the guys that's really improved from start to finish. He's made huge steps. He's doing a great job in the weight room. He's gotten much stronger. He's become much more athletic. He's a very hard worker. He's a guy that has a very bright future for us. Malachi Driscoll. Malachi's another guy that if you looked at him in August to now, how much he's grown and how much he's developed, and he's another guy that comes in all the time, isn't afraid to work hard, and has done a great job. Owen Forencam. Owen is another guy that's grown a lot. He's in the weight room all the time. Hard worker, very dedicated person that really wants to be good. And if he continues doing what he's doing, he will be a very solid player for us. Hayden Holler. Hayden had a good year for us. A guy that needs to get in and be consistent in the weight room and continue to work to get to where he wants to get to. Dylan Lesha, another freshman that's grown a lot, that's developed a lot, has a lot of natural athleticism, has been doing a good job coming in and lifting. He has a chance to be have an impact down the line for us. Austin Mitchell. Austin's another person that had some injury issues in the fall, so didn't get to play as much as he probably liked to. He's a physical kid. He's a person that likes to hit. He's a hard worker. He's a kid that has a bright future for us. Gabe Sayers. Gabe is very athletic. Gabe has a chance to be a very good player. We got to get him in the weight room, and we got to get him to focus on just getting better, working hard. If we can do that, Gabe has a huge upside. Conrad Webb. Conrad is a really hard-working, scrappy person. Doesn't have a lot of fear. Is a person that likes to work hard, and likes to be challenged, and likes to be pushed. And he's a person I think that could really make some waves here in the near future. Cole Webster, another guy that has a chance to be pretty good in the future. We got to get him back in the weight room and get him going. But Cole can be physical. Cole likes to hit. Cole had a good season for us. Josh White. Josh moved here this year and did a nice job. And another person that needs to get in the weight room and just stay at it. And he's got a chance. Jamison Wink. Jamison has grown a lot also, and Jamison's developed a lot. He's made a lot of progress in the weight room. Jamison has a chance to be a very good player for us in the not too distant future if he continues to work and do what he's been doing. Those are the kids that got participation awards. From here, we're going to take a look at letter winners, and I'm going to do these by grade. Okay, the first group will be freshmen, and our freshman letter winners, first will be Kamen Gebheim. Kamen's a big, strong kid. Kamen's got a chance to play a lot of football here in the near future as he continues to work and grow and develop and understand what we need of him and how he needs to do things for us. Kamen's got a chance to be an outstanding player. He just needs to keep working hard and keep showing up. Caden Krybeck is another person that will continue to grow and develop. He's very smart. He's very football savvy. He's just got to get a little bit bigger and get to where size it won't be a factor for him. He's just got to get stronger, which he's working on every day. He's at everything and does a great job. He's very committed to what he does. Dylan Livingston. Dylan Livingston's a big freshman, big guy, and Dylan has worked incredibly hard and has done some really great things. He's one of the kids that would always come up and play scout team against the older kids and always wanted to do it, enjoyed it. He likes the challenge. He likes to work hard. He's a very bright guy, and he's a guy that is very committed to trying to be very good at what he's doing. Nick Tallickson. Nick is another person that, a lot like Conrad, not afraid of a lot. And Nick will go in and mix it up with anybody, and Nick's aggressive, and Nick is fast and athletic. Nick has a chance to be very good for us also. Along with that, our manager, Cole McConaughey, he's a junior. Cole does a lot for us. Cole, you see him on Friday nights filming, doing the end zone camera, maybe up in the press box. During the week, he does all of our drone filming for us. Cole's been great to have around. He's a hard worker. You can really count on him. It takes a lot of stress off everybody else when you have somebody like that in place. I can't say enough about what he's done for us and the hours he's put in, and He's just been fantastic, and hopefully we get him back for one more year. But I really appreciate everything that he has done. Next group would be sophomores, and our sophomores would be Gabe Allen. Gabe is another guy that has a lot of potential, and next year could be a big year for him. He just has to keep going and believe in what he's doing, and I would look for some big things from Gabe next year. I think he's got a chance to be very good. Eli Gingras, kind of in the same boat. Eli's a guy that was real close to playing a lot of times last year. And, some of these guys probably would have played a little bit more had they not got quarantined, not got knocked out at certain times of the year. It was kind of tough that way. But Eli's another guy that has a chance to really make an impact in the near future. Jacob Hall had a good season. Came in, he always works hard. He's a pretty quiet guy. Played receiver for us. Just needs to keep coming in, keep working, and keep going. Tyler Hutter, at the end of the year, Tyler ended up playing in the playoff game for us at guard as a sophomore just because of some injury issues and some COVID issues. And Tyler kind of got an idea what it's like to step up to that next level. And I think it's really helped him in the offseason so far, because now he knows, okay, this is what it takes. And he's working in that direction. Sometimes that can be a really valuable experience for kids if they understand and learn how to deal with it and take it the right way. Matthew King. Matthew King is a very strong young man, fast, aggressive, another kid that in the near future could make a sizable impact for us. He's just a guy that's got to keep working and keep going. Will McGurn. Will's another sophomore that has done a great job. He played some offensive tackle for us. He was real close to playing several times last year just because of injury situations and COVID situations. There were several times where he was right on the edge of being the guy that we were going to have to count on. And again, only a sophomore. Owen Parnell. Owen is a quarterback. Owen's done a lot of nice things for us, does a nice job on the scout team. He did a nice job in the lower levels of quarterback. He has gotten better and better. And he's another guy that just comes in and works hard and does what he's supposed to do. Andy Rojas had a nice season for us. He really stepped up. He got an opportunity to play quite a bit on Friday nights and really didn't disappoint. He did some really nice things, and I think Andy's got a great future ahead of him. He has really worked hard. He's really become a student of the game and a person that wants to really be good down the line. Johnny Schrader, another guy that when he stayed out of quarantine, got an opportunity to do some things. We had him in and out a lot with quarantine stuff, so he didn't get as much playing time as it would have been nice for him to get. Johnny's a guy also that comes in, works all the time, and does a great job for us, and has a great attitude about things, and has a chance to be pretty good. Jordan Walters, Jordan's got to get stronger. Jordan's a big kid, and the more he works, the better he's going to be. He had a few injury issues this year. As he gets stronger, I think those can kind of take care of themselves, and he has a chance to be an impact guy. Chase Webster. Chase played a lot of different places for us in the playoff game against Ellsworth. He played guard. He's played fullback. He kind of moved around. He played defensively as a flex. He's played a lot of different positions. Chase is a strong young man. He's a kid that works really hard, has a passion for what he does, and likes contact. He likes to hit. He's got a bright future for us. Those are all of our sophomore letter winners. I'm going to move on to the juniors. Our first junior is Landon Inez. Landon is another kid that's very strong. He needs to just keep getting better, keep making progress, to have an impact. We need to get him in the weight room more and get him going. He's a well-built guy. We got to get him going daily. Noah Bailey played for the first time last year. He played corner for us. He played some halfback. Noah's fast. He's athletic. Another guy that could really have an impact with a great offseason. Jack Casey played some defensive end for us. He also played fullback. Jack had a very solid year for us. Jack's a good worker. He's got to be one of the guys that we'll kind of lean on for leadership for next year. Alfonso Gary, he was a foreign exchange student, and a lot of times in Thursday practices, we spent a lot of time at the end of practice trying to come up with plays where we could get him to score a touchdown, and we never got that far, but we sure worked on it, and we sure tried. We had a lot of fun with him. He's a great kid. He's got a great attitude, and I think he had a lot of fun. You know, coming over from Spain, having never played football before, he really did a nice job, and I think he learned a lot, and he was just fun to have around. Dominic Hansen was a tight end for us. Dominic got a little bit of playing time. He's another guy with a great offseason. He's a guy we got to have next year as a guy that could make a difference for us. Rory Hoff. Rory played some quarterback, played some wide receiver, played some D-back. He's the one that made the catch in the last play of the game against Osceola, a big catch to win the game. You know, Rory has worked hard. Rory's working hard right now, and just a team guy, a guy that works hard and will do things the way you need them done. Cole Kelly. Cole Kelly was a guard for us and also a defensive lineman. Cole's another big, strong guy who we need to have a big year next year, and a guy that just needs to keep working hard and should be right there. Alex Lang. Alex Lang played some receiver for us in corner. Alex is another guy that's got to get in and work out, and to have the impact that he needs to have, we need to get him in. Isaac Nelson was a halfback and a D-back. Isaac had a great season for us. He didn't get a lot of varsity playing time, played a lot of JV, and another guy that just needs to keep working hard and continue to get better. Corey Rose was our center, also played some flex, defensive end. Corey Rose is a kid that has played a lot of football for us, and you know, is another guy that we need to just keep going. He's a guy that could have an impact, a huge impact as we go into next season. Ethan Wasco, he's another guy that moved around quite a few positions. He played halfback. He played a couple different positions on defense. He ended up playing tight end. He can plug in a lot of places. Got a great attitude, great work ethic, and a guy that has a really good future for us next year also. The next group will be seniors. With our seniors, they'll get their letter certificate. They'll also get their Spartan Legion plaque, and they'll get the coin that we give out to kids after they played their last game. Those I will give to them here at school. These guys gave us a great 4 years and worked incredibly hard, did everything we could have asked them to do, and just had a lot of fun. They're a fun group to be around and fun group to work with, and we'll miss them. They just really guys that would go to work and do what you needed to get done. First one to be Jackson Cook. Jackson played halfback and free safety. He was a 3-year starter for us and played a lot of football for us and had a great season and just did a lot of neat things. And as a free safety, he's kind of the deepest guy in the defense, kind of the quarterback of the defense, sees a lot of things, a very smart guy, and a guy that could get everybody else lined up and get things where they need to be. Lars Ellickson. Lars had a great season, and if people only knew all the adversity that Lars has been through with injuries and not being able to play as when he was younger and be able to come back and play as much as he played this year and had the impact that he had. He played some defensive end for us. He was a starting offensive tackle for us and just had a fantastic season. And, 2 years ago, I didn't know if he would ever even play again. So he just did a great job for us, and he got better every week. And, I was really happy for him. I was happy that he was able to play. I was happy that he would have the impact that he had, and just his willingness to fight through injuries and continue to work and continue to believe he could do it says a lot about him as a young man. And I really appreciate that. Jack Gazdick, Jack also dealt with some injuries, not as much this year. In past years he did, and finally he stayed healthy this year. He played fullback last year and broke his collarbone early in the season. This year we moved him to tackle. He did a great job at tackle. He played some defensive end. Jack is a guy that goes hard, gives you everything he has. Is just a hard-working guy that very smart, understands what's going on, and just a guy that you can really count on, and a guy we'll miss. Kyle is a lot like Lars. I remember when Kyle slipped and fell going out of school a couple springs ago, and went flying up in the air, came down on the concrete, and when he came down, his foot was pointed in the wrong direction, and he had some major problems with his leg. And at the time I thought, boy, I don't know that he'll ever get back out on a football field. And not only did he get back on the field, he had a outstanding season for us, and just did some great things. He played guard, he played center, he played nose guard, and every week he got better and better, and can't say enough about his commitment to just wanting to be there and to do what he did. Just really impressive. Trey played split end for us, also played some D-back for us. Trey's a very bright guy, understands stuff really well, gonna work hard, always gonna be there, always gonna be doing what he's supposed to be doing, and just had a real solid year for us. Tristan Lewis, Tristan's also a senior. Tristan's a guy that didn't get to play as much as he probably would have liked to. We moved him around to quite a few different spots. He was a tackle, he was a guard, he played a tight end at one time, he played some defensive end, flex. He was a kind of a guy that plugged into a lot of places, and is kind of where he ended up. Caleb Melvin played some halfback for us, played some fullback, played middle linebacker, played some outside linebacker for us. Caleb did a lot of different things for us, and Caleb's fast and very good with the ball in his hands, and had a terrific season, and really made a positive impact. Carson Peterson also played halfback, played corner. Carson's a skilled guy. Carson is a guy that could do a lot of things, and was good with the ball, and also good blocking, and just a very well-rounded player, and had a solid season for us. Tate Pitcher moved from halfback to quarterback this year, and did a great job, did a solid job at quarterback for being a first-year guy. Really picked it up well, and did some really nice things, and had a really solid season. And then defensively, he also had an impact as an outside linebacker, strong safety type, and just worked really well with Jackson Cook and Caleb and Carson. Those guys all fit out there really well. Jeremiah Richard. Jeremiah was a guard for us and a defensive end, and also played some flex at some point. Jared's a person that always works hard, is always there, is always in the weight room, always looking for ways to get better, giving it everything he has. Really enjoyed working with him over the years, and just watching him grow and develop, and the attitude that he always brought to practicing games, and he really gave it everything he had. Jimmy Siggins, Jimmy first year out, and when I said Rory Hoff caught the pass to win the game, that's not true. He caught the pass to tie the game. Jimmy Siggins kicked the extra point to win the game. And now everybody had to block, people had to hold, but exciting time for first time playing, to be in that position, for him to come through and do what he did was really pretty neat, and he just handled it really well, and did a great job, and really fun to have on the team. Ben Verhoef, Ben moved here a year ago, Ben's a big, tall guy. He really developed late. He got a lot stronger. He got a lot better. He really made a lot of progress. He played offensive tackle for us, played some nose guard for us. Ben's a guy that, once he got here and figured stuff out and got going, really got a lot better. I wish he had been with us for all 4 years, but had a positive impact on what we did. Tyson Wink. Tyson's a guy also that moved here as a freshman and played tight end for us, played some defensive end for us, and also had a big impact, played some split end also, and just a good leader, a guy that's going to work hard, a guy that's going to show up, a guy that's going to do things right, and the kind of guy you really enjoy. And I think you could say that's about so many of our seniors. They're guys that kind of fits them. There are guys that were going to be there. There are guys that are going to do it right, and there are guys that are going to do what you ask them to do. And in a season like we had this year with all the issues, with all the other stuff going on, you couldn't have asked for a better group that way because you just didn't have to deal with any other issues because they were going to do stuff the way it needed to be done, and you could count on that. And it made that part of it much better, and I can't thank them enough for that because it just really made the season much more manageable and much better for everybody. They did a fantastic job with it, and that's the one thing. They were consistent about that, and I really appreciate that. As far as individual awards, the individual awards we have, the only thing we have is all conference. As I said, the seniors will get a plaque with the Spartan Legion, and it's the number of stars they earn would be the number of times they lettered and what they did while they were here. They'll also get the coin that we give kids after they played their last game. All players that have played for us here at Somerset get one of those, and it's kind of a keepsake, and it kind of is what we stand for and who we are. On the all-conference side, all conference is, again, it's selected by the coaches in the league, and you can't vote for your own kids, so this is kind of the opinion of the rest of the coaches in the league and what their thoughts are. And to the kids that got this stuff, congratulations, well deserved, and worked hard. If you didn't get something, sometimes it's tough, and there's not a lot you can do about it. But for first team all conference defensive back, Jackson Cook, as I said earlier, Jackson was a 3-year starter for us. Jackson played free safety and was kind of the quarterback back of our defense, and just had a solid impact, and I think everybody in the league knew it and recognized it. Defensive line, first team, Jack Gasdick. Jack had a great season for us, the first year playing D-line for us, and had a solid impact. Really smart guy, and a guy that could pick stuff up and do what you needed done. And I think, again, the rest of the teams in the league realized that, and it makes sense that that's why he got what he got. This one is the one that I just Kyle Cam, first team all offensive line, and again, if you'd been outside the weight room a couple springs ago, you would have said there's no way. And his determination, his commitment to getting back, his perseverance and persistence, and for him to end up on the all-conference team from where he was at is pretty special, and something that I just am so impressed by, and I couldn't be happier for him. He got exactly what he deserved, and he earned every piece of it, and really happy for that young man to do what he did, and it's really great to see the rest of the conference acknowledge it. First team all-conference running back, Caleb Melvin. Caleb had a great year for us as a running back. He was a big play guy. If he got out and got going, he was tough to catch. He had great speed, great ball skills, and great awareness, good open field runner. Could really get people that way. First team all conference tight end, Tyson Wink. Tyson was a real good blocker for us. We did not throw him the ball a lot, but he could have an impact blocking wise for us and did a great job with that. And again, another guy that I think people realize throughout the league, hey, pretty solid player. And then also Tyson made it as a defensive end, kind of same thing. Another guy that on the defensive side that you had to be aware of. Just a hustler, just a hard-nosed player, kid that's going to work hard and do what he's supposed to do. And then honorable mention all conference as quarterback, Tate Pitcher. And for first year playing quarterback, to be an honorable mention quarterback is pretty impressive. And I think it speaks a lot to how hard Tate worked and what he put into it. And for him to receive that is a pretty good deal. So those are award winners. As far as the season, again, I can't thank everybody enough. Thank parents, thank our players for taking what was a really difficult situation and making it the best they could, and really making it as enjoyable as you could. And it's a year you'll never forget. It's a year I'll never forget. I've never, in 34 years here at Somerset, I don't remember anything like this, and don't think I ever will again. But this group of people did a fantastic job working through it, doing things the way it needed to be done to get us through it, and I can't, again, say enough about that. It was the right group of kids to go through that with, because they got it. They understood what had to be done, why it had to be done that way, and they really took care of it and just made it much more enjoyable. So, from here on out, hopefully next year we're through this stuff. I don't know right now what's going to look like. I do know this: they're going to start spring football here the second week in March, and I look outside and I'm thinking, man, I'm glad we played this fall. The teams that are going to try to play this spring, they're looking at playing games yet in the month of March. I think that's going to be a tough go, and I'm glad we got in what we got in. There was a time I didn't think we were going to have a season, and there was a time I really thought, boy, this just is not right for this group of kids. They worked hard. They were ready for a season, and that would have been the worst. And we were able to see it through. We were able to have a season. It wasn't a 9-game season and it wasn't a full playoff, but to not have a season would have been a disaster. And to get what we got in and we were able to do what we did was a pretty special deal. And like I said, it's something I'll never forget. And it took everybody to make that happen, administration-wise, school district-wise, community-wise, parent-wise. It took everybody to make this go. And player-wise, it was quite a deal. And I want to thank everybody for that. And, down the line, the seniors, thank you for everything you did. Senior parents, thank you for 4 years of hard work. And young guys, we got to get back at it. We need to keep going and get back in next year, and hopefully things are back to normal, and hopefully we're going. I'd like to thank you for popping in with us. I wish we could have had an official banquet. This is the first time we've never had one. I wouldn't want to do it again. I understand why we had to do it, but not something I really wanted to do. I was hoping we could put something together. That's why we kind of put it off as long as we did, and it just isn't going to happen. So we had the next best thing. A virtual banquet is the next best thing. Senior parents, I will be sending you an email, and I will get all the awards out to kids here at school, and I'll contact kids and make sure we get everything out and available to them. Thanks again. Thanks for everything, and go Spartans.